Hello and welcome back to Blood and Wine. We're doing the main story, but before we get into that, we're going to do what we always do at the start of the episodes, now that we actually have dyes. We're going to go to green, which is our last colour that we have all the dyes for. I do want to do white at some point, but let's see. Green? I quite like green. Green's very reasonable. It's kind of like, you know, a ranger, a hunter kind of colour. I think that's good. Anyway, we've got to go and join Anna Henrietta at the port, which is a fair bit away, but luckily, because we've been to these ruins, we know where the fast travel is, and we can head over that way. Right, so, we still don't really know what's going on. We know there's a Cintrian, that's the name of the nobleman. Cintra was where Ciri was from, is from, so that's all I really know about Cintra in terms of people from there. Geralt did know somebody from Cintra, like a noble from it, who he had an adventure with while Ciri was in danger one time, but I think it's unlikely it's going to be the same Cintra.
Where you going?
Because he was a kind of minor character in the book, so unless they do a lot to him, it's probably not going to be the same Cintrian. But I think who else it could be?
Run, Roach.
I don't think we know any other Cintrians.
Come now.
Most of the noblemen from Cintra, well, died when it burned, so I'd assume that, you know, there's not that much left.
Her Grace awaits inside.
Okay.
Here at last. We lack only Damien now. I'm worried something might have happened to him.
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
The Cintrian could be a middleman.
Still don't know this Cintrian's behind the kidnapping and blackmail. Might have just handled the theft of the wine.
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes him an accomplice.
Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Excuse me. But yes, not the first time.
Used to it. Not the first time I've been hunted.
Must you always? Now, the port warehouse where the wine was delivered, we identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
The Mandragora? What's that?
The Mandragora? What's that?
A club, an affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude mystique, consciously, I think, behaving like an exclusive cabal, artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Okay, well, we need to go.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville in Mountebank Alley.
Alright. Can do that. Can definitely do that. Oh, Geralt, that's just too
I should
cool.
double the patrols, just in case.
The bit where it's the end of the conversation, better to put out the light. That is just a style move. Okay, so we're gonna go to Beauclair Port, which is this way. Take the most direct route there. Right, let's continue eating strawberries to heal ourselves as we do that. I know where we're gonna find the appropriate stuff for the soiree, so we'll head up this way to Corvo Bianco, because we also need to drop some stuff off there, so it's kind of a perfect combo. Right, so run up here, do a little sleep here as well for like an hour, and then head along. Right, burst in. Right. So, first things first, we need to put away our Witcher armor. Although, actually, you know, we'll just put it away for just now. That's fine. We may go hang it up later, but I need that one. That one. Not new moon boots. The elegant Nilfgaardian shoes, probably, are what I'm looking for. Yeah. Yeah. And then Nilfgaardian trousers. What's this? Elegant Beauclair trousers. That's what I'm looking for. Right. And then I need a mask. Do I go with the King Full Test mask? Or do I go with the Wolf mask? Glasses probably aren't going to be enough to cut it. I'll take that out. I think we still have the Wolf mask. But in case we don't. Right. Do a quick rest. Just an hour. Just so we get all the buffs. Right. Just out of curiosity, can I put a different... No, I can only put that trophy there. That's fine. So we're looking for that one. That one. That one. Swords away. Crossbow away. Gloves away. Perfect. Now we need a mask. The other one's in quest items, isn't it? So we actually have quite a few masks. We have the Harlequin mask. We have the bird mask, the hare mask, or the ceremonial mask. We have the wolf mask. We have the Tesha Mutna mask, and we have the King Full Test mask. Let's have a look at the. That one's pretty good. I kind of like that one. I think the wolf mask is obviously our. That's where we want to go. Yeah, we're ready. Yes, Barnabas, don't stay up late. We're going out for a while. Maybe a long evening. Right. Okay. Where are we going? So, fast travel. Cross down here. So we already have the appropriate attire, obviously. Got to meet Anna Henrietta. Oh, right, perfect. Yeah, I know where that is. That's the herbalist hut.
It's him! Get him!
Excuse me? Who the hell are you? I'm going to a soiree.
Shit.
Ow. Sawed off? I don't like the arrow in the hand that we've got going on. Ow. I was hoping for the instant kill, but I don't think we do enough damage without our sword on. Our armor on.
This is Beauclair.
Didn't look like locals. Damien's right. I'm a hunted man.
Just checking if anybody has anything. Contract on a Witcher. Wait, that's not us. Looks nothing like us. Oh well, it'll do. Hunted man. We already have the appropriate gloves on. Oh. Minus the, Perfect. Much better now. Oh, I think the arrow that we had there was the one that we had been shot into our, hand. Anyway. We're appropriate, I think.
Late. Now, why does that not surprise me?
Oh.
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. My, Geralt. Not bad at all. And you've even a mask. Just not the kind required.
Oh.
They're a little different, the ones Mandragora members wear. I've brought you one. Put it on.
Oh, okay. Why do they wear masks?
Any idea why they wear masks?
Likely because they imagine it oh so very romantic and mysterious. The truth is far simpler. This way, no one can tell which drunken aristocrats are pinching the performers.
Okay, let's go inside.
Let's go. Soiree's started.
Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain.
I appreciate that you noticed. Sincerely, I do.
How do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. Soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
What are these performances?
Tell us about these performances.
This evening, the Mandragora has the honor to present 3 superb displays of artistry. The first was a concert by Cecilia Belont, a singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be a diamond. Sadly, Mademoiselle Cecilia has sung.
A shame. We would have loved to hear her.
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Calesti, a master of visual illusions, come to us from far off Afir.
Visual illusions. Interesting. And the third artist?
The third and fourth, for they are a duo, are the Tuven brothers, presenting their newest pantomime.
We're looking for Cecilia.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Belont.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress, there on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Koviri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Cintrian.
Okay. Obviously got to take part in the entertainments first, but yeah. Go and have a look. Right. Just enjoy the atmosphere. And stay.
Be bold. Show us the artist in you. The paintballs. Cast them at the canvas.
Toss a paintball.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. That one.
Good folk, yet another soul longing to express its creative side.
Well, you and modern
It's
art?
obvious. It represents transgression in its purest form.
Get the blue one.
I got it! It's the Soretor!
It's not a landscape, you pleb. It's a manifestation of the man's soul.
Blue
Yep.
blotch is all I see.
Right. Purple.
Should
Oh,
you
no.
tire
Purple's
of
gonna
these
be,
hues,
up the
drop them
top
in
here.
purple. Quite the noble color. Splendid! The sky over Toussaint before a storm.
Not really,
Or
but
a
okay.
deeply internalized fear of intimacy.
Can I not have any more? We'll have another purple one right in the center then. Okay. Green. We're putting green. Let's put it in between these ones.
That green, lush and verdant as a field of vines. To vines and to wine!
Right. And then another one. Oh, we got another yellow. I'm just going to put it in the exact same spot. Nice. Okay. And we got red. Red is going to spread itself across here.
Scarlet crimson oxblood. I see lips, full sensually parted lips.
And one last yellow, which will go right in the center.
Voila! Fin! Now, allow me a moment to ponder. My appraisal? The painting depicts spiritual dualism. The continual battle between good and evil. And defiance.
Oh yes, that's him all right. Good versus evil. The dualistic nature of man.
And defiance.
Yeah. Okay. I don't get it.
Talent paints like the great wine. The great wine.
Absinthe. The preferred hooch of artists.
Careful, it packs a pretty powerful punch.
I've built up a pretty powerful resistance.
Oh, this is good now. Alright. Perfect. Now I can. Ooh. Oh. We actually have built up a resistance.
Your boards, as you've made
Can
no
I join
effort
in?
to understand. It's a metaphor of the constant struggle
Sure
for
to be in
power
one
and
of the
influence.
alcoves.
Anna, I'm gonna need you to get out of the way so I can click A on the prompt.
If they can't agree,
There we go.
It must be someone famous, I think. Such
Oh,
exceptional true.
we're good at this.
Would I ever love to meet him? It's a shame he
Right.
didn't come alone.
need I remind you that neither
Well,
did you.
look, running's probably not a party thing. We'll walk. We'll walk again. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. What's going on?
Blah blah blah.
Fragment of a script of a
It's all about
stage
two
play.
things: coin and copulation.
The Besotted Witcher, Francois de Valère. Night thick as mud envelops a dense wood. Full moon hangs in the sky above the trees. Note, Scenography must include a representation of a full moon. Wolves howl plaintively in the distance. A witcher walks through the woods, careful, measured strides. He wields a silver blade in his hands. Gods damn it, the moon is at its fullest. Long have I awaited this night. 3 weeks I have spent in that foul pitch, all to catch a lone werewolf. At least the miller's daughter helped me while away the time. In fact, I leave only with a certain sense of regret. Perchance I should take her with me. We hear the snap of breaking behind the witcher. He turns around swiftly, his guard raised, he spies the werewolf. I've got you now, beast. Ah! The werewolf removes its mask. The witcher can see it's the miller's daughter. He is astonished, does not know what to do. Well, what now? Will you kill me? Or perhaps, you'll take me with you. Hello.
Pretentious. I was prepared for all sorts of criticism, but pretentious. So much time I spent polishing that one-man play. And Countess de Safel was there, that's the word. Blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde, schmeffant-garde.
Well, it sounds like he's got over it. Ooh,
Look
another
at the
one in here.
mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah, we'll see.
Sheba, Saraba, Durandum, Kalabatista, Sabeshkahi, Beshkahi,
Would I ever have to meet you? It's a shame.
Need I remind you that neither
Cool. I like it. Neat.
Ah, how beautiful.
Yeah. Neat. Right.
The dolphins. That is no ordinary. Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck.
Okay.
Fine. Let's give it a try.
Never suspected you believed in such things.
Well, if one brings you good luck, all of them will bring us a lot of good luck. That's my logic, anyway.
But what if he doesn't come?
He'll definitely come. Don't worry.
How can you be so sure?
Brother dearest, trust me. He promised me he'd meet with you, and so he will.
A lot of very worried artists around here. Anyway, we've got other business to attend to. Let's have a look. What are we meant to find around here? I reckon it's upstairs, probably.
I was...
Yeah, it's probably upstairs. We'll head this way around.
It's an outrage.
never
Cecilia
mind.
never. We are busy.
Alright.
It's an outrage. Cecilia.
Never performed for night. You should have.
It seems someone decided otherwise.
That someone knows nothing of true art. It shall be you next time. Trust me, I shall have a word with Oriana personally.
Interesting.
We are busy.
You don't have an orchid? No. It's fine.
Are you sure it's an original?
My employer swears it. Besides, have you not heard the news?
Have I not heard? It's on everyone's lips. 4 de Tuvettes in one night. The theft of the century. And here you are, offering one to me.
If you are not interested, sir, I'm sure someone else.
Right, fine. You can't think I'd let such an opportunity pass. How much?
Slow down! You have declared your intent. Now I will convey this to my client. We shall get back to you. Please await word.
Okay. I'm having your silverware. Mine now. Can't do anything about it. Well, I reckon it's in there. The locked one. But we'll have a look. Hey. Out of the way. This one? Geralt goes to a fancy party, steals all the spoons. Hey mage, what's up? Right. Anything in here? Don't see anything. And then the next one along, we've already looked at Pretentious Man. Oh, I think we found it.
Do not disturb! Shoo, shoo!
It's the right flower.
Of course it is! A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still! You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Lovely portrait.
Wow. Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Villesse.
The gracious lady has heard of me?
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but alas, ultimately refused my terms.
What was the matter?
When he learnt I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend her illustrious highness with such a proposition. I've always longed to paint her. Such a shame.
I think you may still get your chance.
You, Cecilia?
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Centrian noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Centrian noble. Ah! You must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
Okay, sure. We will use Witcher power. And we will find out what's going on.
Someone famous, I tell you. Such talent. Exceptional, true.
Harm exists in
Would
the
I
material
ever love to
from
meet
I
you?
love how they're still
It's a
talking
shame
about the
this is
awful painting,
Need I remind you?
which shows my complete lack of artistic skill. Right. Ooh, what we got here? A loot.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him with it once.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
Okay, it went this way.
Ultimate meaning.
Where is it going?
The great one.
Back the way we just came.
He's a
Okay.
dancer.
Then this way.
other one. His brother.
Through the sky. Where's it going now? Oh, it's going back to where we just were. Isn't it?
It must be
No,
someone
it's a little bit
famous, I
further
tell you.
along.
Such talent.
Okay.
Exceptional, true. My, would I ever love to meet him?
Where are we going? Going all the way around? All the way around to the end here?
Are they even? Because the right
I
cuff
think
seems
so.
somewhat higher to me.
It
Okay, so in here.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come, we must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh! Not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
Well, first of all, don't tell anyone you've seen us.
I hope we can count on your discretion.
Of course. I shall be silent as the grave.
The picture, before we move on, that painting behind, oh, that's of the pheasantry. Okay, never mind. It's not what I thought it was, but still, cool. Anyway, Cecilia?
Looking for Cecilia Belland. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Okay.
Quickly, upstairs.
Oh, we're going quick now. I can do quick. This room.
That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana. At once. She should bring her soiree to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
Okay, well, let's examine the body.
Killed her, then went out on the balcony.
Why'd he do that?
Bloody handprint. It's his.
He jump off?
Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Must be pretty strong, too.
We got here.
Broke the flower pot when moving the door, then stepped in the soil.
Okay, so he went around the back.
Footprints must have made by this ladder. Boots.
Soil boots. Does he know the person who... Well, he's obviously not been to the person who cleans the boots. Right now, anyway. It went up a floor. Rest. Did you see something there? No.
Could still be here. Need to stay alert. Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard, then sank to the floor.
Okay.
Bloodstains.
Okay. They came through here.
Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace. Seems there was a struggle.
Ah, so the thief only was with Cecilia to get up here.
Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably.
That window's swinging. What we got here?
Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Sconce is bent, smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it?
He jump out the window?
Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out?
Okay. What else have we got?
Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room.
So it must have been hit from this side as running past?
Hunting knife. Richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl.
Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything, in full detail.
Oh, okay. Everything about what? Exactly.
I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He
fell out of the window.
Just so.
Okay.
None too wise picking a fight with an armed robber.
Why? Because I'm a woman, in a frock rather than plate. I can take care of myself, I assure you. A hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as effective as a blade.
Okay then. So I think I know what the thief was after.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
What makes it so important?
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Duntine, what's that?
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of knights, though the latter term is imprecise, as they seem more akin to vandals with crests on their shields.
Okay, well, we need to investigate. Obviously.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
Okay. What do you think about her?
Oriana, any thoughts?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense anxiety, discomfort.
Something familiar about the drawing.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be something else altogether. My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers. She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
Why was she banished?
What did your sister do to get banished?
Siana was cursed.
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Siana.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. Cedric mourns to this day. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. A decade passed. More. I've missed her terribly since.
Think she's involved?
Think your sister might be involved? Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft, was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did enjoy stealing my toys. But I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift, at a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl. Someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right.
Your mission has gained new import. You must go to Dun Tyne, and if Siana is there, you must find her. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. You must make sure of that.
We'll see to it.
I'll find her if she's there.
I hope you do. I very much wish to talk to her. Sister to sister.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
Detlef.
My very dear friend, Detlef van der Eretain, an arrival from Nazaire.
We are lending our combined resources to the Witch's Hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally.
Be a vampire?
Witcher, I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are friends.
True.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
Mm-hmm. You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only two options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. For what might a monster wish to apologize to a witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Let's agree, I guess?
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
Okay. Seems like a bad idea to leave the Duchess alone with them, but okay.
An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher, and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detloff here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you are gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detloff believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore.
That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renner.
Okay. Oriana, how do you know her?
Oriana? She really your friend? Can she be trusted?
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We'd not seen one another in... I can't begin to tell you in how long.
But I shall tell you all about her some other day.
Definitely, like, vampire vibes. That also explains how she could easily kill the thief without so much as a scratch on her, really.
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped by.
It would be quite some coincidence indeed. No, a dutiful little bird told us.
Mm-hmm.
I know where the blackmailers are.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renner must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detloff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got away with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detloff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Detloff. Good luck, my friend.
Splendidly, Detlaff. Ah, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to 2 exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish this second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out?
Okay.
You have exceptional friends. This Detlef, an intriguing man to say the least.
He tell you much about himself?
Don't know him too well. He say much about himself?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet. I'd not survive a week at court otherwise.
So what's his?
Sensitive, sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good man, but lost, which is why he comes across as grim.
Okay, interesting evening all round.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know what you are to do.
Mm-hmm. Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count de la Croix's mill. It stands along the Saône-Retour River, near the Cockatrice Inn. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
Wasn't quite how I was going to handle it, but okay, sure. I was thinking we could walk in, act friendly, look around, but I guess that's not how we're going to do it. Right, well, I am going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching, and next time, well, I guess we're going to go and storm this castle. See you then. Goodbye.